Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I know I look insane. I have not got any foundation on, so that is what we are going to do. We're going to try out some foundation together. We have two very naughty kittens behind me, as always. So my husband was going into town and I really wanted to get a sample of the foundation which we're trying out today, which is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear. What are you doing? Get off the flowers. And I had no idea what colour I wanted, so I went on a website called foundation.com. Basically, foundation is a website where you type in the shade of foundation that you're currently using and it matches you with other brands of foundation to that colour. It's really simple. If you know what shade you are and what brand it is, you can just type it in there and then it'll give you all the other matches that are supposed to be the same as that. Because I was at work and not able to actually check in my drawer, I could only remember two of the foundation shades. One of them is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I am in the shade 1N1 Ivory Nude and 100 Ivory in the Rimmel Lasting Finish. So I typed those in and the colour that it gave me for the Teint Idole was 01 Beige Alberta, I think that's how you pronounce it. I was expecting him to come back with a tiny little tester pot with like a couple of pumps in, but actually they gave him this. This is 5ml of foundation. I couldn't believe it. The whole bottle is 30ml, right? When you buy it for £32, I think it is. This was free and you get 5ml. So if you have like a Debenhams and a House of Fraser and a Boots, you can go to like 3 of them and get 15ml for free. Woohoo! So on the back of my hand is the Lancome foundation. On this brush here is a little bit of the Double Wear. Right, so as you can see, that is a lot darker. And that's a lot more cool toned in my opinion. I'm just going to put a little bit of the Ivory Rimmel on the other side. Again, that's even paler. Oh my god. Right, so apparently foundation thinks that these are all the same shade. Do you know what? On my face, I think they all look pretty different to how they look on my hand. But of course we know our face is a different shade to the rest of our body. Anyway, that's not what today is really about. It's about finding out how nice this foundation is. So, just put a little bit on the back of my hand. Oh my god, right. It's too late for me to show you, but this definitely oxidizes. I put some more foundation on top of the foundation that I already had on my hand, and it was like completely different colour. It was really, really dark. Let's blend it out. This is supposed to be full coverage. And let's see, I have this little spot here. Oh, it's so orange. It probably looks okay in camera, but my god. I would say I would need like 2 shades lighter than this. Girl, she gonna be blending down her neck today, y'all. It feels very light. It doesn't feel thick and heavy like the Double Wear does, but one thing I am noticing is it's quite heavily scented. Like perfumey, flowery kind of scented, which I'm not crazy about. I prefer sort of more fresh scents in my cosmetics. Like, see, that is not covering anything there. Just putting a little more on this dead, dried up, crusty spot up there that still wants to be red and ruin my life. But it feels a lot more moisturising than the Double Wear for sure. But I do feel as if my pores are more accentuated than they are with the Double Wear. It's certainly covered the redness around my nose and it's mostly hidden these spots, which is fine. I can always conceal those. It is not as matte as the Double Wear at all. It definitely has a sheen to it on the forehead, but I do feel as if it is accentuating my lines a little bit. It also looks quite cakey here on the areas where I have concealer for carving out my brows. I always do my brows before I do my foundation, and it's not blended well there at all. Like, it's not covered it. So I feel as if I'm going to have to put a little bit more on my forehead just to try and cover up that cakey blendiness there. It's not very runny either. Like, I feel as if Double Wear is really, really runny. Yeah, okay, so a second layer has definitely helped. I need a little bit more here, I think. God, this feels so light. It doesn't feel crunchy on the skin. Like with Double Wear, it is so thick and dries so quick. It kind of You feel like when you smile, you can feel your face cracking a little bit. Which I'm quite happy to put up with if it means my makeup's going to be on all day. Yeah, this is not matte. This is like a demi matte for sure. And I definitely feel like I need to set it as well. I'm going to finish my face now, and then I'm going to check back in with you in a few hours just to sort of see how it holds up and compare it to the Double Wear, because I've been wearing Double Wear for at least 4 years now and I love it. I swear by it. Yes, it is cakey. Yes, it is heavy. Yes, it does crack by the 10th hour of wearing it, but your skin still looks flawless. So we're going to check back in later and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, here is my full face, totally completed using the Lancome Teint Idole. Is that what it's called? Ultra Wear, something like that. I used the Coty Airspun Translucent Setting Powder on my face, which did sort of help lighten it a little bit. Like, as you can see, I look a little bit more sort of matchy-matchy. I did put a lot of bronzer on my neck. I did find it quite difficult to blend my bronzer and blush and things like that. Like, it didn't feel as effortless as it does with the Double Wear by Estee Lauder, because I just think that it has a little bit more of a powdery finish all over, does the Double Wear. Like, to be honest, with Double Wear, I do set it with powder, but I wouldn't have to set it with powder, and I still feel as if it would blend really, really easily. This was a little bit more hard work, but we'll see how it wears throughout the day. It is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I will catch up with you later on in the evening when I've had this on for a few hours. Okay, it's 11:15, which means I've had it on 9 hours and 15 minutes. Eyelashes come off because we watched Bohemian Rhapsody and I cried a little bit. It's hard to tell to you guys in this lighting. Just turn these lights down a bit so you can see. Yeah, it's all worn off around my chin, all worn off around my nose, all around here. It's kind of like settled into my pores, along there. But to be honest, I think that's pretty much what Double Wear does anyway. It definitely doesn't feel as drying as Double Wear at all, let me tell you. I definitely feel like I've got, wow, this isn't coming off. A little bit more moisture still left in my skin. Ooh, that's fun. One thing I will say is, I definitely feel as if I need a pore filling primer with this foundation. I don't think it's very forgiving at all. Like, I don't know, I just feel as if my pores are really, really accentuated, but is that an age thing? Probably. Another thing I like about this foundation is that it's kind of not disappeared from my nose. Usually by the end of the day my foundation's completely come off my nose altogether, but it is still there, it is still covering. Like, it is literally just around here where the redness is starting to poke through. It does seem to be clinging to my dry patches a little bit as well, but do you know what? Double Wear does that as well. I just wish it was the right goddamn colour. I definitely am going to go and buy a bottle of this, I think, but get properly colour matched. And then I think, done! I'm not mad at it, let's put it that way. I think it's done really, really well, and it's, like I say, it's lighter than the Estee Lauder, and I don't know if it's like going to flashback and stuff. I'll have to test that. But yeah, I'm quite liking it. I think it just needs a little bit of perfecting. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it and you'd like to see a little bit more from me. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!